Good afternoon, students. In the previous class, we had discussed the order of a system, right? So we obtain the nth order differential equation, and we have shown the what is the input and output relationship of a control system by with the nth order differential equations, and how you are going to derive the transfer function of a system. By using P of S and Q of S, that is nothing but the response, that is nothing but the response ratio of the response to the excitation. Okay, and how you have find the order of a system by using the Q of S, that is nothing but the denominator polynomial. Okay, so these are all we had discussed in the previous class, and we have shown and we have expressed the factorized form of the numerator and denominator polynomial. So based on the numerator and denominator polynomial, we have derived the zeros of a system and the poles of a system, right? So in the numerator, for a given polynomial, if you have obtained the roots of the particular polynomial, then you are expressing that roots in the form of s plus z1 into s plus z2 and so on up to s plus zm. That is nothing but those z1 z2 and so on up to zm are nothing but the zeros of a system. Okay, and similarly in the denominator, for a given polynomial, if you have find the roots of the given polynomial, you are expressing the roots in the form of a factorized form, such as s plus p1, s plus p2 and so on up to s plus pn. Okay, like this you have expressed the polynomial for the denominator, and you have expressed p1, p2 and so on up to pn. Those are nothing but the poles of a system. Okay, so here you have said the value of n for the given poles is nothing but the actual order of the given system. Why has you are saying it as the order of a system? So the transfer function, whatever you are considering here, when s takes the values of a pole, the function t of s will be a infinite, right? And here you have expressed, and here you have expressed the see here the value of n gives the number of poles in the transfer function. Okay, so you are saying that it is also as a order. Okay, so for finding the order of a system, you can directly calculate the how many poles are there for the given polynomial in the denominator. And we have also discussed the partial fraction expansion in three different cases, right? So what are the cases? The first case is nothing but if you have the separate poles. Okay, if you have the separate poles. Okay, and the second case is if you have the multiple poles, and third one is if you have the complex conjugate poles. Okay, so how you are going to derive the partial fractions for the above three cases is going to be explained here. Okay, and now so when you have considered case 1, so what is case 1? When the transfer function has a distinct poles, that is nothing but the separate poles. Okay, so if you have the distinct poles, how you are going to have the functions with separate poles? Okay, how you will have the transfer function with the distinct poles? See here, let t of s is equal to k by s into s plus 1 into s plus p1 into s plus p2. So here p1 and p2 are nothing but the poles of the given system. Poles of the given system. So if you have the denominator like this, so how you are going to express, how you are going to have the t of s? Okay, so by using the partial fraction expansion, now you are going to have the t of s. Okay, how you are going to write the t of s for the given system? So t of s is equal to k by s into s plus p1 into s plus p2, that is equal to, you are writing that actual fraction, actual expression as a by s plus b by s plus p1 plus c by s plus p2. Okay, so where you are saying this a, b and c in the numerators as residues. Okay, so how you are going to calculate these residues values for the given transfer function means a is equal to, capital A is equal to, now you can find the value of a in such a manner that t of s, so you will get the transfer function t of s into s by making s is equal to 0. So remember here students, whatever the value you have to calculate, okay, that actual value is equal to your transfer function into denominator for that value, that is nothing but s, by making s is equal to 0. Okay, you will obtain the a value. Similarly b is equal to, you can write it as b is equal to t of s into s plus p1 by making s is equal to now minus p1. So whatever you are going to calculate that value, okay, that value denominator has to be considered here. Okay, so similarly c is equal to t of s into s plus p2 by making s is equal to minus p2. Now by doing all these things, you are going to have the values of a, b and c. Okay, now let us consider a simple example for the first case. So t of s is equal to 2 by s into s plus 1 into s plus 2. Okay, I am considering this as a transfer function. Now for this transfer function, now we have to find the residues a, b and c. Okay, directly we cannot solve this transfer function. Okay, so now you have to split these poles in the denominator. So for that you are using the partial fraction expansion. Okay, so by partial fraction expansion, t of s can be expressed as t of s is equal to 2 by s into s plus 1 into s plus 2, that is equal to, you can write it as, so split cheste ela rayachma, a by s plus b by s plus 1 plus c by s plus 2. Now you have to find the residues values of a, b and c. Okay, how you can calculate the a value? A value మనం find out చేయాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి? t of s into, so what is the denominator of a? Yes, right? So t of s into s by making s is equal to 0. Okay, so what is t of s value? T of s is nothing but 2 by s into s plus 1 into s plus 2. Okay, substituting t of s value here. Okay, substituting t of s value into s by making s is equal to 0. So keep the s value as 0 now. So what will be the value? So here s and s gets cancelled. Okay, s and s gets cancelled, and now here by making s is equal to 0, you will get the denominator value as 2 by 1 into 2, that is nothing but 1. Okay, now second value, what is the second value? You have to find the residue value of b. Okay, residue value of b. So b is obtained by multiplying your transfer function with s plus 1. So t of s into s plus 1 by making s is equal to minus 1, by letting s is equal to minus 1. So whatever you are considering the denominator should be equal to 0 chain ma. S plus 1 is equal to 0. What will be the value? S is equal to minus 1. So you have to let s is equal to minus 1 here. So what is the final value? B is equal to now 2 by s into s plus 1 into s plus 2. 2 by s into s plus 1 into s plus 2 into s plus 1. Okay, so here s plus 1 and s plus 1 gets cancelled. So what is the value? 2 by s into s plus 2. So s is equal to, substitute s is equal to minus 1 now. So minus 1 into minus 1 plus 2. What is the value? That is minus 2. Okay, now c is obtained by multiplying t of s by s plus 2 and letting s is equal to minus 2. Okay, so c is equal to, what is the value? T of s into s plus 2 by letting s is equal to minus 2. So substituting t of s value, that is nothing but 2 by s into s plus 1 into s plus 2 into s plus 2. Okay, by making s is equal to minus 2. Okay, so what will be the value? S plus 2 and S plus 2 gets cancelled. So finally you will get the value as 2 by S into S plus 1 by making S is equal to minus 2. So substituting the minus 2 value here, 2 by minus 2 into minus 2 plus 1. What is the value? Plus 1. Okay, so now you got the residues values of A, B and C here. Okay, so T of S is equal to 2 by S into S plus 1 into S plus 2. That is equal to, substituting the residues values of A, B and C, your transfer function is divided as 1 by S minus 2 by S plus 1 plus 1 by S plus 2. So this is the T of S value. Okay, so like this in the first case you have the transfer function with distinct poles. Okay, so like this you have to split the transfer function. Okay, now what is the second case? When the transfer function has multiple poles, it means nothing but the repeated poles. Okay, so how you have to make the partial fraction expansion for the T of S if you have the multiple poles. Okay, so T of S is equal to now K by S into S plus 1 S plus P1 into S plus P2 whole square. That is nothing but now you have two roots here. Okay, S plus 2 S plus P2 whole square. So it is nothing but multiple poles. Okay, so like this, if you have the transfer function, how you have to split means, so you have to split the transfer function as A by S plus B by S plus P1 plus C by S plus P2 whole square, and the next one is plus D by, what is the repeated pole here? S plus P2, right? So now we should add one more residue value, that is nothing but plus D by S plus P2. D by S plus P2. So whatever the pole which is repeated, that repeated pole should be taken as a separate form here. So now the form, now you have four residues now here. Okay, what are the residues? A, B, C and D. Okay, now you have to find the residue values of A, B, C and D. Okay, so what is the first residue? How you can calculate the first residue value? Now A is equal to, okay, A is equal to transfer function T of S into denominator of A residue is nothing but S, right? So T of S into S by letting S is equal to, what should be the S value? S is equal to 0. S is equal to 0. Similarly, B can be calculated. B residue is find out by making B is equal to transfer function T of S into S plus P1 by letting S denominator 0 రావాలంటే ఏం చేస్తామా? Sని మైనస్ P1తో చేయాలి. S is equal to minus P1. Similarly, what is the third residue value? C. C is equal to transfer function T of S into S plus P2 whole square by letting S is equal to minus P2. Okay, similarly, now this is the fourth case, fourth residue value. So this is somewhat tricky. So D is equal to, so D residue మనం find out చేయాలి అంటే you have to consider the differentiation of the repeated pole residue, that is nothing but D by ds of T of S into S plus P2 whole square by letting S is equal to minus P2. సో మన రిపీటెడ్ పోల్ యొక్క రెసిడ్యూ మనం ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలి అంటే మనకు ప్రీవియస్గా రిపీటెడ్ పోల్ రెసిడ్యూ ఏంటమ్మా, ఇక్కడ మనకి C వాల్యూ వచ్చింది కదా. సో ఫర్ దట్ C వాల్యూ యూ షుడ్ డూ ది డిఫరెన్షియేషన్. Okay, like this you have to calculate the A, B, C and D residues values. Okay, so see one example here how you are calculating. So considering T of S value as 2 by S plus S into S plus 1 into S plus 2 whole square. If you have the transfer function like this, now you have to find the transfer function T of S value. Okay, by doing the partial fraction expansion. Why? Because directly we cannot solve this transfer function, so we have to split this transfer function. Okay, so T of S is equal to, you are writing it as see here 2 by S into S plus 1 into S plus 2 whole square, that is equal to, you are splitting it as a separate forms. Okay, A by S plus B by S plus 1 plus C by S plus 2 whole square plus D by S plus 2. Whatever the pole repeated, the repeated pole should be taken once again. So plus D by s plus 2. Now there are 4 residue values here, a, b, c and d. Okay, so now you should find the 4 residue values. So a is obtained by multiplying with t of s into s. Denominator value is s here. Okay, so by multiplying it with transfer function t of s into s, and by letting s is equal to 0, you will obtain the a value. Okay, so what is the transfer function value here? So substitute the transfer function t of s value. Okay, 2 by s into s plus 1 into s plus 2 whole square into s by letting s is equal to 0. So s and s gets cancelled. So what will be the final value? 2 by s plus 1 into s plus 2 whole square by letting s is equal to 0. Now substitute s is equal to 0 here. What will be the value? 2 by 1 into 2 square, that is nothing but 2 by 4. 2 by 4 is the value is 0.5. Okay, similarly b value is obtained by multiplying it with t of s with s plus 1, t of s with s plus 1 and letting s is equal to minus 1. So b is equal to now 2 by s into s plus 1 into s plus 2 whole square into s plus 1 by letting s is equal to minus 1. So now s plus 1 and s plus 1 gets cancelled. So what is the value here? 2 by s into s plus 2 whole square by letting s is equal to minus 1. So substitute the minus 1, s is equal to minus 1 in the above form. What will be the value? 2 by minus 1 into minus 1 plus 2 whole square. Okay, so what will be the value? Now after solving this one, you will get the value as minus 2. Okay, and now c is obtained. How the c value is obtained? C value is obtained by multiplying t of s, the transfer function t of s with the denominator of c, that is nothing but t of s into s plus 2 whole square, and by letting s is equal to minus 2. Okay, now substitute the value of t of s once again here. 2 by s into s plus 1 into s plus 2 whole square into s plus 2 whole square by letting s is equal to minus 2. So s plus 2 whole square and s plus 2 whole square gets cancelled. So substituting s is equal to minus 2, what will be the value here? 2 by minus 2 into minus 2 plus 1, that is equal to 1. Okay, now finally the d residue is obtained by differentiating the product. So that is nothing but t of s into s plus 2 whole square with respect to s, and then letting s is equal to minus 2. సో ఏదైతే రిపీటెడ్ పోల్స్కి మనకు వస్తుందో ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ ఫంక్షన్, ఓకే, ద రెసిడ్యూ వాల్యూ దట్ షుడ్ బి డిఫరెన్షియేటెడ్ హియర్. సో d is equal to d by ds of t of s into s plus 2 whole square by letting s is equal to minus 2. So substituting the t of s, what is the t of s value? 2 by s into s plus 1 into s plus 2 whole square, okay, into s plus 2 whole square. S plus 2 whole square and s plus 2 whole square gets cancelled. So what will be the further equation here? D by ds of 2 by s plus s into s plus 1 at s is equal to minus 2. So do the differentiation for this equation now. So it is in the form of u by v, right? It is in the form of u by v. What is u by v? U by v is nothing but v into, so v into d by dt of u minus u into d by dt of v by v square, right? So if you are going to have the u by v for this equation, finally you will obtain the 1.5 as a d value. Okay, now you got the residue values of a, b, c and d. Now substitute those residues values in the above equation, that is nothing but t of s is equal to a by s plus b by s plus 1 plus c by s plus 2 whole square plus d by s plus 2. Now the actual form is modified as t of s is equal to 2 by s into s plus 1 into s plus 2 whole square, that is equal to 0.5 by s minus 2 by s plus 1 plus 1 by s plus 2 whole square plus 1 by 1.5 by s plus 2. This is the final transfer function. So all of you remember this one. If you have the distinct poles, that is nothing but separate poles, that is case 1. If you have the multiple poles, now you should do the process of case 2, okay, for simplifying the transfer function t of s. Okay, so what is case 3? What is case 3 ma? When the transfer function has complex conjugate poles. Complex conjugate poles. It means nothing but complex conjugate is nothing but what is complex conjugate? Complex conjugate. Complex values. If you have the a plus x plus jy form, x plus jy form, then how you are going to reduce it? See here. Now let T of s is equal to k by s plus p1 into s square plus bs plus c. So for the second root you will have the, see here, from the first braces, what is the pole? It is minus p1. For the second s square plus bs plus c, you cannot directly say what are the roots here, right? Now you will obtain the complex conjugate poles. So if you have the transfer function like this, okay, how you are going to do the partial fraction for this type of transfer function means, so T of s is equal to k by s plus p1 into s square plus bs plus c, that is equal to, you can split as a by s plus p1 plus bs plus c by s square plus bs plus c. All of you remember this one. If you have a quadratic equation in the denominator like this, you are expressing the residues in the numerator as bs plus c. Okay, so for how you are going to calculate these residue values a, b and c. Okay, so directly you can say what is the residue value of a, because a is nothing but, now a is equal to transfer function T of s into s plus p1, by letting s is equal to minus p1. So directly you can obtain the residue value of a, right? This you know, but but now you have to calculate b and c residues also. Okay, so for this you have one method here. So the residues b and c are solved by cross multiplying the equation and then equating the coefficient of like powers of s, like powers of s. So see here, T of s is equal to a by s plus p1 plus bs plus c by s square plus bs plus c. Okay, now this can be written, let us express s square plus bs in the form of x plus y whole square, x plus y whole square. చూడండి అన్న, ఇక్కడ డినామినేటర్లో ఉండేదాన్ని మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాము అంటే, you are writing the denominator in the form of x plus y whole square, and now with that, now whatever the required addition and subtraction of an extra term, okay, b by 2 whole square. So x plus y whole square formula రాస్తున్నామండి, ఏది s square plus bs plus c. So how you are writing x plus y whole square? X square plus 2xy plus y square. So if you are writing that in the equation, okay, s square plus bs plus c in the form of x plus y whole square, okay, what should be the addition and what should be the subtraction here in the denominator? So bs plus c by, okay, s square plus 2xy రావాలమ్మా. So 2 into okay, xy is nothing but, so b by 2 s plus b by 2 whole square plus c. Okay, so you have a c square here. Okay, addition, you are doing addition and subtraction, you are doing addition and subtraction of b by 2 whole square, b by 2 whole square. Then finally you can write the denominator equation in the form of s square plus bs plus c. Okay, so denominator is remodified as now s square plus 2xy, okay, 2xy plus y square, 2xy plus y square. Okay, so finally what is the equation here? A by s plus p1 plus bs plus c by s plus b by 2 whole square. What are the remaining terms? plus c by b square by 4. Okay, is it okay all of you? సో డైరెక్ట్గా మనము రెసిడ్యూస్ని క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయలేం కాబట్టి ఏం చేస్తున్నామా, ఎస్ స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ బిఎస్ వాట్ ఎవర్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎస్ స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ బిఎస్, దట్ ఎస్ స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ బిఎస్ ఈజ్ రైటింగ్ ఇన్ ద ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ ప్లస్ వై హోల్ స్క్వేర్. ఎక్స్ ప్లస్ వై హోల్ స్క్వేర్ రావాలి అంటే ఏం చేస్తున్నాం, సో యు ఆర్ యాడింగ్ అండ్ సబ్ట్రాక్టింగ్ ద టర్మ్స్, యు ఆర్ యాడింగ్ అండ్ subtracting the terms of b by 2 whole square, b by 2 whole square. Okay, so finally what is the equation here? So finally you are splitting the numerator and denominator terms, a by s plus p1 plus bs by s plus b by 2 whole square plus c minus b square by 4 plus b term separate and c term separate. So c by s plus b by 2 whole square plus c minus b square by 4. Like this you are splitting the terms. Okay, this is the third case. So see one example you will understand here. So let t of s is equal to 1 by s plus 2 into s square plus s plus 1, s square plus s plus 1. Okay, now you are splitting the terms, you are doing the partial fraction for the above transfer function. Okay, so how you are writing, t by s is equal to 1 by s plus 2 into s square plus s plus 1. This can be written as a by s plus 2 plus bs plus c by s square plus s plus 1. Okay, now directly you can obtain the residue value of a here. So a is equal to t of s into s plus 2 by letting s is equal to minus 2. Okay, you will obtain the value as 1 by 3. Okay, now we have to calculate b and c residue values. So before finding the b and c residue values, you have to remodify the denominator value. Okay, denominator value మనం remodify చేయాలి అంటే ఏం చేస్తాం నాన్న, so you are considering s square plus s plus 1, you are considering s square plus s plus 1. Okay, so s square plus s term చూడండి మా, s square plus s term you have to write that s square plus s term in the form of s plus x plus y whole square, x plus y whole square ఫామ్లోకి మనం తీసుకురావాలి. ఓకే, ఎస్ స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ ఎస్ టర్మ్ని ఎక్స్ ప్లస్ వై హోల్ స్క్వేర్ ఫామ్లోకి తీసుకురావాలి. ఓకే, హౌ యు ఆర్ డూయింగ్ దిస్ వన్, సో ఎస్ స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్, ఓకే, the s term should not be changed, so you are multiplying and dividing it with 2 into 2, 2 into 2, 2 by 2 into s by 2 plus 2xy రావాలమ్మా, s square plus 2xy. What is y term here, y is nothing but 1 by 2 whole square, 1 by 2 whole square. So you are adding and subtracting 1 by 2 whole square, you are adding and subtracting 1 by 2 whole square. Okay, now now you are remodifying all the terms as s plus 1 by 2 whole square plus 1 minus 1 by 4, that is nothing but you are writing it as s plus 0.5 whole square plus 0.75. Okay, so the denominator term is remodified here, the denominator term is remodified. Now we have to find the numerator values. Okay, b and c values ni manam identify cheyalama. Okay, how you are identifying b and c values? Okay, now equating the values, see here, a into multiplying and multiplying the values, a into s square plus s plus 1 plus bs plus c into s plus 2, that is equal to 1. LCM తీసుకుంటున్నామ్మా. Okay, so you know the a value now. Okay, substitute the a value here. If you find the a value, okay, now finally after splitting all these terms, equating the coefficient of s squares, equating the coefficient of s square terms and s terms, equating the coefficient of s square terms and s terms. s square terms ని మనం స్ప్లిట్ చేస్తే ఏమొస్తుందా, So at the left hand side you don't have any s square terms, so 0, that is equal to 1 by 3 plus b. So what is the value of b here in the numerator? b is equal to 1 by 3. Similarly s terms ni మనం స్ప్లిట్ చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది? LHS side you don't have any s terms, so 0. 0 is equal to 1 by 3 s terms split చేయండి మా 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 2b plus c, that is equal to, what is the c value? Substituting the value of b, c is equal to 1 by 3. So now b and c values you know here. Okay, so you have the residue values of b and c, and the denominator also you have splitted the denominator values also in the form of s plus 0.5 whole square plus 0.75. Okay, now bs plus c, finally t of s is splitted as 1 by 3s minus 1 by 3 into s by s plus 0.5 whole square plus 0.75 plus 1 by 3 into 1 by s plus 0.5 whole square plus 0.75. So like this you have to split the terms. Okay, ఇలా మనకి so if you are having the complex conjugate poles, so first of all how you have to remodify the denominator and how you have to find the residues in the numerator of b and c అనేది మనం find out చేయాలమ్మా. ఓకేనా? సో ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ యూ షుడ్ రీమోడిఫై ద డినామినేటర్. ఓకే, ఏదైతే మనకి క్వాడ్రాటిక్ ఫామ్లో ఉంటుందో యూ హ్యావ్ టు మేక్ ద క్వాడ్రాటిక్ ఫామ్ ఇన్ ద ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ ప్లస్ వై హోల్ స్క్వేర్ ఫామ్. ఓకే, సో ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు ఫైండ్ ద న్యూమరేటర్ రెసిడ్యూ వాల్యూస్ b and c values by equating the coefficients of s square and s. Okay, this is obtained by pre-multiplying, by doing the LCM, of the given transfer function. Okay, you can find the s square and s terms. You can find the s square and s terms directly. Okay, like this you are going to calculate the transfer function t of s for the third case, that is nothing but the having the complex conjugate poles. Okay, so now see the response of first order system for unit step input. Now what you have to find? The response of the given system when inputs, you have the different inputs now. So what are the inputs? You have the different inputs as step input, ramp input, parabolic input and impulse inputs, right? So you are using different inputs, so based on the inputs the response is going to be changing. Now what is your heading here? Response of first order system for the unit step input. Okay, so how the unit step input is considered? See the closed loop first order system. So first order is nothing but s power. What is the s power here? 1. S power is nothing but 1. So c of s by r of s is nothing but, what is the c of s by r of s value now? It is nothing but 1 by 1 plus st. 1 by 1 plus st. So if you have the closed loop order system like this and you have the transfer function as 1 by 1 plus st, you are saying that it is a first order system. Is it okay, all of you? Now see here, what is r of t? Now? So input ఇస్తున్నాం నాన్న. ఇన్పుట్ ఏంటి ఇక్కడ మనకి? ఇన్పుట్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ స్టెప్ ఇన్పుట్, యూనిట్ స్టెప్ ఇన్పుట్ అంటున్నాం. యూనిట్ స్టెప్ ఇన్పుట్. ఓకే, వాట్ ఈజ్ యూనిట్ స్టెప్ ఇన్పుట్ మీన్స్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఆర్ ఆఫ్ టీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఏమవుతుందమ్మా? 1 అవుతుంది. అవునా? సో ఆర్ ఆఫ్ ఎస్ ఏమవుతుంది? 1 by s. ఆర్ ఆఫ్ టీ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ 1 and r of s is nothing but 1 by s. Okay, now you have the transfer function as c of s by r of s is equal to 1 by 1 plus st. Now you have to find the response. What is response? c of s kavali. c of s is nothing but 1 by 1 plus st into r of s. 1 by 1 plus st into r of s, right? So now substitute r of s value here. So the response in S domain is nothing but c of s is equal to 1 by s into 1 by 1 plus st. Okay, now what is the final value? 1 by s into 1 by s into 1 plus st. Okay, it should be in the form of s plus p, right? Poles మనకి డినామినేటర్లో ఎలా ఉండాలమ్మా, ఫ్యాక్టరైజ్డ్ ఫామ్లో ఉండాలంటే s plus p1 s plus p2 like that you should have, right? It is in the form of 1 plus st. So now removing the t value in the denominator, you will obtain 1 by st into 1 by t plus s, 1 by t into 1 by t plus s, that is equal to 1 by t into s into s plus 1 by t. So for this now you are doing the partial fraction. Okay, splitting the terms. Okay, 1 by t by s into s plus t, that is equal to, okay, c a by s plus b by s plus 1 by t. So first of all you are splitting the terms for the given transfer function, for the given response c of s. Okay, how you are going to find the residues of a and b here? So a is nothing but now a is equal to c of s into s by letting s is equal to 0. What is c of s? Substitute c of s value 1 by t by s into s plus 1 by t into s. Okay, so s and s gets cancelled. So substituting s is equal to 0, what will the value? 1. Okay, now b is obtained by multiplying with b కావాలంటే రెసిడ్యూ వాల్యూ ఏం చేయాలమ్మా, c of sని s plus 1 by tతో మల్టిప్లై చేసి, and you should let s is equal to minus 1 by t. Okay, and now substituting c of s value 1 by t by s into s plus 1 by t, that is equal to, so the cancellation part is nothing but s plus 1 by t. Okay, what will the final value? 1 by t by s. S is equal to ఎంత తీసుకున్నాం వాల్యూ? minus 1 by t. So substitute చేస్తే ఎంత వస్తుంది వాల్యూ? minus 1. So now you know the a value and b value. Okay, substituting a and b values, okay, in the given c of s, you will obtain c of s is equal to 1 by s minus 1 by s plus t. So now the response should be in time domain. So you have to make the inverse Laplace transform. Okay, so c of s ni inverse Laplace transform apply చేస్తే ఏమొస్తుందమ్మా? So Laplace inverse Laplace transform of c of s is nothing but c of t. Okay, so c of t is equal to inverse Laplace transform of 1 by s minus 1 by s plus t. So inverse Laplace transform of 1 by s, what is the value? 1. Okay, similarly Laplace inverse Laplace transform of 1 by s plus 1 s plus 1 by t is nothing but e power minus 1 by t, e power t by t, e power t by t. This is nothing but Laplace transform of e power minus at ఫార్ములా ఏంటమ్మా? 1 by s plus a. అవునా, దీనికి మనం లాప్లాస్ ఇన్వర్స్ చేస్తే ఏమొస్తుంది? e power minus at, కాబట్టి e power minus t by t. Okay, so like this you have obtained the response, unit step response for the first order system. అదే స్టెప్ రెస్పాన్స్ అయితే ఏమవుతుందమ్మా? యూనిట్ స్టెప్ రెస్పాన్స్ కాబట్టి it is nothing but 1. Step response is nothing but you have to multiply it with a magnitude of a. So a into 1 by a into 1 minus e power minus t by t అవుతుంది. Okay, so if you are going to draw the response for this system, now substituting the t values as t is equal to 0, t is equal to 1t, t is equal to 2t, like this, if you are going to substitute the t values, you will get the response of c of t as 0, 0.632, 0.865, 0.95, like this. Okay, for this you are going to draw the response. So you will get a graph like this. సో మనం ఏదైతే ఇన్పుట్ ఇస్తున్నామో, యూనిట్ స్టెప్ ఇన్పుట్ మనం ఇస్తున్నాము, ఇన్పుట్ ఇస్తున్నామంటే అవుట్పుట్ ఎలా వచ్చిందన్నా, ఇట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇంక్రీజింగ్, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ ఎ పారాబోలిక్ ఫ్యాషన్. ఓకే, సో యూ హ్యావ్ ది రెస్పాన్స్ లైక్ దిస్ ఫర్ ది ఫస్ట్ ఆర్డర్ సిస్టమ్ ఫర్ ది యూనిట్ స్టెప్ ఇన్పుట్. ఓకే, so this is for today's class. All of you listen for this class, and if you have any doubts, comment in the comment box along with the roll number. Okay.